Hi, my name is Jen Brissman. I'm a developer advocate engineer at Zoom, and we'd like to take a quick moment to take a familiar Zoom meeting and show you what an in-meeting assistant would feel like with RTMS or real-time media streams. No slides or anything, just what users would actually see and experience within that meeting. I will be the host in this case, and I will be met in the meeting by Michael Harrington, who will be a participant of the meeting. So the view that you will see is the host's view, but we will talk you through what Michael as a participant sees on his end as well. All right, let's start the meeting. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Jen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
So I thought we could take this familiar Zoom meeting, like the one we're in right now, and show folks what an in-meeting assistant feels like with RTMS or real-time media streams.
Love it. Yeah. Already noticing no bot tile. Already feels better right away. Looks more natural, more focused for human conversation.
Totally. So you'll see on my tile where you see my face right now, the bottom right corner, you see this indicator that I have my RTMS app in the meeting with me. So with RTMS, apps come with users instead of sending bots in to join for them.
Yeah. Bots have been useful for capturing data, but those tiles often confused users and made adoption really tricky. It was hard to tell who owned them and what they were doing.
Exactly. People want AI assistants, but they also want to know what data is being accessed and when it's being accessed and by whom. And RTMS solves that by tying or attributing each app to its user. So and with clear visibility and no extra tiles and full transparency.
Yeah. It's simpler for the app developer too. It reduces engineering complexity for folks building these by eliminating that bot maintenance and any unnecessary meeting disruptions.
Totally. And users still get the same valuable content that they would get with a meeting assistant app. Okay, see this active apps notifier in the top right? It shows which apps are active and what data they're accessing. So you can see here, right, Michael? Audio, video, transcript, screen share, chat.
Yeah, I can click on this too. I, as a participant, can see that your app's reading transcript, audio, video data much clearer than wondering who invited that mystery bot and what it's doing with that data.
Totally. Yeah, these indicators are interactive and users can learn more about an app right here within the platform. And basically, transparency is built into the meeting UI. It's always visible to everyone.
Awesome.
Okay, so those are the benefits to participants. But now, what might a host see? So you're seeing my view right now. So I'm going to ask Michael if you can go ahead and launch your RTMS app and we can see what I would see as the host. Awesome. So I'm seeing that Michael Harrington, guest, is launching his Zoom app, or he's requesting to, and I have the option here to approve this blue button on the right or deny. I'm going to approve it, but just wanted to show that this would be the experience for the host, for a guest who wanted to bring their app into a meeting. I'm going to click approve. Okay, and now this is what we see here. We have my app that was already running and Michael's app, which is now in the meeting. And we see that they're both in here. They're both running. Something else to point out is on Michael's tile in the meeting, in the bottom right, we see that his app is in the meeting, same as my app on the bottom right, called RTMS Demo.
And you can control my app. You can pause, stop my app and yours. And then I, as the user of that app, can do the same. I can pause, resume, and stop the access for my app. And then you, as the host, can do that for everyone's app.
Yeah, you'll see on my host view, which is what you're seeing watching this video, but not what Michael's seeing, I have the opportunity to disable his app. I can't pause and stop it the way that I can with my own app. And on Michael's side, he would have the ability to pause or stop it. Is that correct, Michael?
As a user of the app, I can do the same for my own apps. I can start them, stop, pause, resume that access, all from within the meeting UI.
And that kind of control really matters. So let's take a medical visit, for example. A provider might invite their transcription app as soon as the meeting begins, but in other cases, an app might wait for a user to give any sort of input before starting. So RTMS gives both hosts and developers that flexibility. Patients can always see the app's presence in a meeting and what data it's using.
Apps can be set to start automatically when that user joins, as soon as the meeting begins, on demand when clicked within the meeting, like I did, or via a REST API call. So whatever fits the experience developers want to build, RTMS can trigger and begin in that meeting to meet those needs.
Totally. And just as a reminder, I set my app to auto start, and that's something that I can toggle easily in my settings. Okay, so here's a simple meeting assistant app that we built with RTMS. So this is displaying as a web app within the meeting. It's pulling live transcripts, as you can see right now. And something cool would be I could ask, what is the main topic of this meeting? And we can get a real-time response. So it's asking AI now. And just to scroll down a little bit as well, if Michael says something, we would see that come through here.
I bet my transcripts will appear on the web UI now.
And you would be correct. There it is. Okay, so now we have this ask about this meeting section. We've asked, what is the main topic of this meeting? And let's see, discussion history. So far, Jen and Michael Harrington have discussed what RTMS is, a way for in-meeting assistant apps to join with the user, eliminating the need for a separate bot tile. Basically all the stuff we've said so far. So what else can we show?
I love how AI never makes mistakes.
Exactly, right?
Spot on.
Yeah, spot on. Another thing that we can show you is we've also built this app to analyze sentiment from the transcript and give real-time feedback. So let's see what happens if we analyze sentiment. Okay, great. Love this. Collaborative, productive, supportive, engaged. This is how I want all meetings to be. Yeah, spot on. So for example, in a sales meeting, the sentiment analysis might flag when a client sounds uncertain, or maybe that they're ready to buy, and it might even suggest next steps based on that feedback, or you could program the app to do so. So one more thing that we've programmed this app to do is keep local recordings for playback, and that's all handled within the app, not by a separate bot sitting in the meeting. And these recordings are stored locally on my computer, not on Zoom servers or anything. And this is only because I chose to build it that way. But the cool part is because the app processes transcripts in real time, you don't always need to save a full recording. Sometimes all you want is a quick meeting summary, like the one that we see here. And sometimes you might want that entire meeting. That would be up to the way that you build your app.
Yeah. Imagine a legal use case. Say an attorney wants to reference something a witness said 3 hours earlier. With transcripts and real-time media access, you could instantly query that moment, pull up the video clip, or weeks later, the app could retrieve it in seconds as important context that it needs to be really valuable. It's a huge time saver and boosts accuracy having exact connection to that data.
Exactly. So yeah, whether it's sales, legal, medical, RTMS gives apps immediate, reliable access to meeting content without ever relying on bots.
So with RTMS, you don't need bots waiting in containers or scraping calendars. Apps simply join with their users. No missed meetings, no timing issues, and that's especially helpful for impromptu calls between coworkers.
Exactly. It's set it and forget it. If you always want your note taker or sales assistant in your meetings, you just enable it once.
And Zoom apps using RTMS also have powerful tools for teams and admins to bulk install apps for groups, allowing enterprises to push app adoption across organizations. So let's see what this looks like here. Here we'll see my view as a marketplace admin who manages all the integrations on a Zoom account. I have my RTMS demo app here. And then let's say I want to add this RTMS app for all users on my account, for a set of approved users, or maybe a specific users. Often we talk to people who say, I want this meeting assistant to be available for all of my sales users. So just by clicking there, I can push that installation. For now, every sales user in my account will now have this app available to them without needing to necessarily manually install that app. They can just start using it. This also gives a good tool for those admins to say they might want that app to auto start or to auto open whenever a meeting on that account or that group begins. So let's say I want every meeting that my sales team has to send me those transcripts. Well, I can go into that group's settings, select the app in Zoom apps, and I can set this here, RTMS demo. I can set this to auto start. Now, every meeting that this group of users has will start automatically sending transcripts to this RTMS demo app that I've created and my customers are using.
That scales adoption easily. So like new hires don't have to configure anything on their end. Admins control permissions and data access organization wide. So that's what apps with real-time media streams look like. No bots sitting in meetings, just seamless apps tied to people with clear visibility and transparency.
Smoother for users, simpler for developers, easier for admins to deploy.
That's where we're heading. Trusted, native feeling AI experiences that enhance meetings and strengthen user trust.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Michael.
See you, everyone.